Warm hellos and greetings. Let me first express my gratitude to the Harant Deng Foundation and the esteemed judges for this immensely humbling recognition. Knowing about the foundation's amazing work, it was beyond my wildest imagination to be considered for this incredible award. I'm truly honored. This recognition carries special significance for me for several reasons. It comes at a time of deep and painful reflection about the events of last year in Afghanistan, leading to the closure of civic space and a full regression of women's human rights, amounting to a gender apartheid. At a difficult time like this, I want to utilize this platform to bring attention to the brave women of Afghanistan, fighting Taliban's operation every day, inside and outside the country, particularly the women activists inside the country who exemplify incredible courage. They are the ones who truly deserve all recognition, admiration, and support. I'm also humbled to be recognized by a foundation in our broader region, going beyond the organizations based in the West. And through this connection, to have an opportunity to consolidate relationships with the inspiring human rights movement in Turkey. As an activist from Afghanistan, Harant Deng's struggle carries deep resonance for me. Harant Deng's journey and his commitment to building an inclusive movement for change is a reminder of the importance of long-term, thoughtful grassroots work that recognizes and honors diversity and differences and bridges the cracks. It carries inspiration for activists everywhere, but particularly in our context in Afghanistan, where we have suffered from conflict, fragmentation, and discrimination for decades and have to find ways to collective healing. Reading about Harant Deng's work, I have also reflected on the constructive role for diaspora activists. In the past few months, I have been grappling with the dilemmas of working from exile. Working from outside Afghanistan, I must always be aware that I lack the full context and will not firsthand experience the impact of policies that I might advocate for. I must thus remain humble in the role I can play and follow the guidance of the activists and communities challenging Taliban brutality every day. It has been over a year since the military takeover of Kabul by the Taliban, and the situation seems hopeless. Women have lost their legal rights to education, freedom of movement, employment, and political participation. Every morning, it pains me that Afghan girls are kept away from secondary education for one more day. Another day of their life is spent in the mass imprisonment imposed by the Taliban. This injustice will have implications for generations to come. Afghan women have been challenging this operation by marching on the streets and demanding bread work freedom despite Taliban's intimidation and violence. Beyond marching on the streets, women have been challenging the oppressive rules through running secret schools, book clubs, graffitiing their demands at night, and holding protests in their homes, with videos later posted to social media. Taliban have responded to women's peaceful protests by implementing a brutal crackdown, harassing, illegally detaining, and torturing dissidents and their family members. Despite this, the women of Afghanistan are undeterred and continue the resistance. Afghan women in diaspora have also been fighting to support their sisters. We have spent the last year trying to mobilize solidarity from political leaders around the world to keep Afghanistan on the agenda and to maintain pressure on the Taliban. While the international response from the foreign political leaders has been shameful and insufficient, we'll continue to hold them to account. We are also calling on the global feminist movement and the human rights movement to stand in solidarity with the Afghan people, to not normalize Taliban's misogyny, to amplify the voices and demands of the Afghan women on the ground for bread, work, freedom, and the full range of their human rights. As we, the activists from Afghanistan, try to forge a new path after all the loss and in the midst of hurt and divisions, I'll be reminded of Harant Deng's powerful words. Come, let us first understand each other. Come, let us first respect each other's pain. Come, let us first let one another live. May we find a way to keep the light on for each other. May we stand unbowed against injustice, as Harant Deng did, and as the incredible women protesters across Afghanistan do. May we renew our commitment to solidarity and healing every day. Thank you.